fight back.
Do you think this is going to be Manny Pacquiao's last fight? And if so, what does it do for his legacy?
No, it won't be his last fight. I spoke with Senator Manny himself, and his plan is to fight in December or January after this fight. And he was hoping that if the pandemic already would be under control, his dream is to be able to fight his last fight at the Philippine Arena.
Wow.
For 50,000 fans and in his homeland. He hasn't fought in the Philippines since, Oscar Larios at the Araneta Coliseum.
Yes.
So it has been a while. It's been a long time. And you can feel it in his heart. You can feel it in his mind. He wants to be able to give back to the Filipino fans who've supported him all these years. He's fought abroad. He's brought a lot of pride and honor to our country, but he wants to fight his last fight in the Philippines. And, I don't know what his political plans are. Only he can determine that. But whatever his political plans are, I think in his heart, at least this is what he intimated to me, gusto niyang lumaban either December or January sa Philippine Arena, sa ating bansa, para sa ating mga kababayan, para makita ng mga kababayan natin si Manny Pacquiao in his last fight. Now, I've given him a suggestion. Sabi ko kay Senator Manny, you don't need to fight a challenger or a big-time opponent, not unless Floyd Mayweather decides to come back. But you don't need another opponent for your last fight. And my suggestion is, because looking at my old scrapbooks that were given to me by my late friend, Don Dolim, I saw that back in the 60s, Flash Elorde fought 3 fighters in one night, 2 rounds each at the Araneta Coliseum, and the place was packed. Of course, I was still a little boy. I don't even remember seeing that, but I have all the clippings and I've seen it. He went up against Rene Barrientos, Rick Peñalosa, and Young Terror, 3 world-rated Filipino contenders at that time. And one by one, he boxed them without headgear. So these were not sparring sessions, 2 rounds each. And the crowd loved it because the crowd adored Flash Elorde. So I was telling Senator Manny, why did you give this a thought? Sabi ko sa kanya, why don't you invite Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez to come to the Philippines, set up training camp here, make it open to the public, have them accessible to Filipino fans, fight them one after the other, 2 rounds apiece, your last outing in the Philippines, in the Philippine Arena. That is, of course, if the pandemic is no longer around. Because that, I think, would bring the house down. You'd have the 3 Mexican gladiators, the 3 Mexican warriors in one night against Manny Pacquiao, going toe-to-toe, 2 rounds each, nothing to lose, everything to gain. What a night that would be.
And what would be a way to actually end his career? No, Dadin, I'm learning a lot here. That part of Flash Elorde's career, to be honest, I did not know. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I actually like your suggestion po regarding that. What would be a tremendous way
Yeah, but
to...
nung sinabi ko kay Senator Manny, sabi niya, hindi, allergic siya sa exhibition eh. Because Senator Manny is a competitor. He will always fight the best out there, and he's not going to look for any patsy opponent. So, pag sabihin mo sa kanya, exhibition, naku, ayaw niya. Ayaw niya. Allergic siya doon eh. Not like Mayweather, he's doing exhibitions for money. Senator Manny's not that kind. He's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer, and he wants to make sure that his legacy is intact. So I guess I just have to convince him that although this may have the markings of an exhibition, it's for the fans. It's for the fans. Maybe he can sacrifice a little bit of his warrior mentality to give in to the Filipino fans. Can you imagine a night of warriors? Pwede natin sabihin, Barrera, Morales, tapos yung last guy will be Marquez, who knocked him out in their 4th meeting. against Manny Pacquiao, 2 rounds each. Believe me, hindi lang 50,000 ang pupunta sa Philippine Arena. Baka 100,000. Baka parang sardinas na mga tao doon. Pero, this pandemic is just such a big damper. And I'm hoping that soon, that this crisis is over because everybody wants to get back to their normal lives. We want to see sports live. We want to see boxing. We want to see basketball without having to wear face masks. But, it is what it is. So the crisis is still here. We just have to keep safe and make sure that we're all healthy to be able to ride through this storm.
But I think nevertheless, whatever Senator Manny decides to do for his finale, kanyang final fight, I think we can all agree na gusto nating makita dito sa Pilipinas. Gusto ni Senator Manny, I think that's the most important part, and that's all we want, I think, the Dean Quinito. The Dean, I would like to thank you for your time, for your valuable insights. I learned a lot, the Dean. And maraming
Thank you.
salamat po sa oras. I know you're in Tokyo and you're busy, but you took this call.
Thank you very much then. Anytime.